we're about to do some work on the boat to get us ready for a big, long passage. There are some things I was just telling Joel that I do not want to learn by experience.
This doesn't look so good. We definitely want to be very careful about not getting anything in here. I gotta put the camera down.
Oh my god, you're floating away from the boat.
I gotta put the camera down.
This is the story of a sailboat, a dream, and the commitment to do your best and see where it leads. Today we are sailing the Caribbean. One day we will cross the ocean and sail Choc Mate home to Greece. Subscribe and join us while we travel by sailboat and learn by experience. Facing fear, finding adventure, and falling in love.
BOAB, baby, we're from.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really
Lola
asking.
keeps looking at me really excited because she thinks I'm gonna throw the camera. Oh, how about that, old girl? How about that? Huh? Oh no, did it sink, Lola? Oh no, it was a trick. Oh, come here, old girl. What about this one? Lola loves a big stick. Is this one gonna sink or float, Lola? Sit. Lola, sit. Good girl. Wait. Oh, you got it. Oh my God. Lola, you're a beast. Oh, Lola. Welcome to Bums on a Boat. Last week you saw us hanging out with Joel's sister Brianna and our nephew Hezekiah having an amazing time in the Virgin Islands. This week we're about to do some work on the boat to get us ready for a big, long passage.
The last leg of our journey this season, which is to get our boat to Grenada before hurricane season.
Yep.
So, it's a big jump, and
we want to be ready.
Yeah, exactly. We only have a couple projects, and today we're gonna tackle a few of them.
Yep.
And then tomorrow we're gonna hopefully tackle the last of them, and then it's time to move the boat.
And then we're looking at weather.
This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own.
Get in your spot, Lola.
There you go.
And we're off.
Like a heart attack.
Do we know the name of that beach? Or do we want to name it? Here. Hold that, I gotta start the outboard. You're live.
What would
right.
you want to name it?
One Pull Johnny, I know the name of the old outboard. Yep.
Yeah.
That's why they call her One Pull Johnny.
Her?
Yeah, you know, it's a thing. She's actually a man.
Oh, so it's girls with guys' names? That's really weird.
Yeah, it's the 21st century now. So.
What kind of girl would have a guy's name? Oh, try to go under, you gotta go over. You're floating away, Cap!
Ah! Is Mom making bacon? This doesn't look so good. There's a lot of floating particulars. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but this is coming out of our water bags. We're getting it all out of the bag. We put a little bit of bleach in there. This is a really cool thing I figured out. Well, my sister showed me, so you see it's kind of glugging. I'm sure everybody knows this, but this brings out the kid in me. You go like that. Look at this. Like, how cool is that? Here we are in St. Thomas, and we have one more final jump to make for this season. We've had an oil leak since we left Luperon, and we've been making miles, fighting it. What we're gonna do today is take off the valve cover, and we have a brand new O-ring on it. We'll show you. We just installed it. Before we did anything to the valve cover, there was this sealant, like gasket, liquid gasket maker, and it was, you know, it's kind of, if you come close you can see it here. We put it on the water pump here. We're losing about an inch on the dipstick of oil after about 5 hours of running the engine. So we can run it for like 12 hours straight before we need to cut it and add some more oil to it. Alright. We definitely want to be very careful about not getting anything in here. We've learned that lesson the hard way, but it was one of the best lessons we've ever learned in our lives.
We're just checking things out, and we're noticing that it's awfully flat right here, but from what we could tell while it was running and leaking is we're like pretty sure the leak is happening along this edge. I think what we're gonna do is just put the gasket maker along the entire 2 sections. I'm just gonna use a little bit of this carbon choke cleaner to de-oil the whole area. We've got 3 different types of gasket maker. The ultra black, a fuel resistant, and this blue RTV. This one we've used on the circulation pump. We haven't used this one, it's still in the packaging. And we use the oil resistant ultra black to actually patch our leaking oil pan. I'm leaning towards using the ultra black stuff because that's what the valve cover is going to be exposed to, is oil.
Did it go off? What happened?
I can't tell. It seems like it might have gone off. Like it got exposed to air and now it's all hard.
How you doing up there, Lola?
Oh no.
I thought she had it. What happened? You thought you had it?
Yeah. It's just coming out really slowly.
It's kind of like cake decorating there. One must be very careful.
Yeah.
All right.
Looks promising. Nice.
So we found, we'll line them up. There's the old washers. These are a weird type of washer. I've never seen anything like it, but we had 3 new ones in our gasket set that we purchased. It looks like the convex side is going to go up. It just makes the most sense. We couldn't really figure out an exact answer, but it seems like that's going to fit. So we read the instructions of the gasket maker, and it says you want to hand tighten until you start to see it ooze out and let it sit for an hour. Are we oozing?
You should be able to see it. Okay.
You seeing it ooze?
It's oozing.
We let it sit for an hour as per the instructions, and now we're supposed to tighten them down to the proper torque and let it sit for 24 hours. Well, we don't have a torque wrench, but our awesome friends Bill and Danielle and Drew over there on Catamaran, just behind us right now. They've been traveling with us if you've been following along. They have every tool you ever need, and he has a torque wrench. Now, Michael and I got to use a torque wrench for the first time in Luperon, but the one we saw may have been the original torque wrench invention. So it changed definitely over time. This is really snifty. So we have our tightening torque in Newton meters here in our little manual. You get it to the number you want, the pressure, the pounds in Newton meters, and then you just tighten it until it gives it a little click, and you know you're at the right torque. Now, one thing we learned from Thomas in Luperon is when you tighten these nuts down or anything, you just do little turns and go back and forth so that the gasket is evenly, the the pressure is evenly distributed all around the gasket. Wow. So it's very subtle. Bill made sure I felt the feeling of when it's at its proper torque. And it didn't take much to get to the proper torque. Embarrassed to say, but I gotta admit, as we were seeing the oil leaks, I kept coming down here and just tightening nuts and bolts. Anything I thought was leaking, I just figured tighten it down. And those nuts were definitely way over torqued, because I feel like I just barely tightened them, and it says I'm already at 12 Newton meters of pressure. So possibly we over tightened, and maybe that was somehow causing an oil leak.
Well, yeah, because you broke the washer.
The washer. So you think it was just leaking out where the washers are?
No, I think that added to what was.
It was kind of coming out of the waters. Let's see this one. Oh, there we go. We just got the torque. So you see, it's just that little click. It's really subtle, but there we go. That one's torqued. Let's check this one. That little click. We're at the right torque. There we go.
Wow. A couple days ago, while we were replacing that water bag, I was checking out our battery cables and just happened to move one of them and noticed that it was really loose, like ready to come disconnected kind of loose. So that was a great catch.
You want to show them the wire that you found? I'm not going to play with it too much until we have it disconnected.
Yeah.
But this is original, this tape job here on this battery cable, and Michael realized it moves in there pretty easily and can probably be pulled out by itself, which could cause a fire, sudden loss of power, but worst case would be the spark the fire. That would be a disaster. This is just a precaution, just to make sure, even though we turn the battery bank off, just making sure we have no live wire here before we start cutting into it. But you'll see here, I have it disconnected. I've got my other clamp here on the negative. I touch it, I'm not getting anything. If I touch the positive side of the battery, I got light, which means there's conduction going on there. Nothing here, so I think we're safe to start cutting into this baby. So Michael noticed when she wiggled it, and it's basically being held on by tape. Oh, there you go.
Oh my god.
Just came right out by hand. Whew. It was taped on there, and this has literally been this way for 4.5 years.
Well, it probably wasn't wiggling that bad.
Hopefully not, but I'm just saying this is original. This
we would have noticed
came with the boat
when we put the new battery bank in.
Yeah, so you think it just got worse over time?
I think it happened in the last year.
It doesn't look very crimped. It doesn't look, like it was squished in. Right?
Yeah.
There goes a speedboat. All right. We're gonna cut just below where the old connection was, so we get a nice fresh wire right about there.
Whoa.
That tool, again, this tool is not our tool, but our friends on Caterpillar have every tool in the world that you need, and they let us use this tool and walked us through what we should probably be thinking about taking on this job.
That was way too easy.
That was very easy. Friends, it's good to have friends. Yes, it is, my friends. And we have a friend that had an insulator because we thought we had one big enough and we didn't. And that would have been like a couple hours snafu trying to go in, catch a safari just to go get this. So it's really great to have friends. Now we can keep moving forward with the job. We're just going to put this heat shrink here on and just leave her down there. And now we're going to clamp this bad boy with this beastie tool. This is Bill's tool as well, and he showed us how to use it. Pretty simple. You have here a little line, and when you turn this, it moves it up or down. And over here, it tells you just line it up. You got 1/0, 2/0, 3/0, and 4/0. And our wires are 1/0. So you just line up the line there with the 1/0, and that's going to be the right size for you. And then we're just gonna put the lug in here and clamp it. See there the mark. That is in there good. So now we slide the insulation over the top. So Michael reminded me on these, you want to start in the middle and then move out in each direction so you don't have any air bubbles. There you go. Insulated, secure, a billion times better than the old one. So what are you up to over there?
I'm installing some chafe guard conduit onto our big cables. As they're passing through bulkheads, there's nothing to protect them from chafing up against that wood and potentially starting a fire. There are some things I was just telling Joel that I do not want to learn by experience.
We're heading in right now to Crown Bay Marina. Hi. Just here to pay for 10 gallons of water. So at 16 cents a gallon, that was a whopping $1.60. We got 10 gallons of water. We'll probably have to do this another 5 times and then we'll have full water tanks. How are the batteries looking?
Up to 88%. It's only been a couple hours. Caterpillar gifted us 2 dive tanks, which completes our diving set. So we have everything that we need to go diving on our own, and it's pretty incredible.
Ready? I gotta put the camera down.
Oh my god, you're floating away from
Hold
the
on.
boat.
I gotta put the camera down.
Going in. Oh, I'm gonna do a whole head dive. Will it reach? How are we doing on up here?
Doing pretty good.
Okay, I'm down in it.
Okay. How you holding up?
Just great, really comfortable.
You look comfortable.
Hanging out.
All right. How we looking back there?
It looks really good.
Bone dry, nice and clean, starting from scratch.
Well, it's not dry, but it's clean.
It's pretty dry. All right, that was pretty successful days.
Good work today.
Couple work days. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bilge looks nice. Good job.
Feeling really good about having a clean, dry bilge.
Good catch on the battery wire as well. Michael's on it.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Next time you see us, we're gonna be testing out that oil leak repair because we're moving the boat. The play here is we're just trying to make it in before dark. Thanks for watching, guys.
These are the tales of BOAB.
Is that your stick, old girl? What you gonna do with that, huh?